Queremos trabajar.
Speaking with us outside the Roosevelt Hotel, Danny Arias told us all he wants to do is work and then find a place of his own to rent with his 3 children and wife.
No un permiso para trabajar.
He proudly showed off training certification credentials he's already earned in hopes of getting a permit while he awaits asylum. It's a familiar refrain we've heard from the 100,000 or so migrants who've come to town over the last year, more than 57,000 of which are still being cared for directly by the city, which just Wednesday projected the cost of that care would reach $12 billion if nothing changes. Now, finally, there's been some movement and pressure on the federal government to step up.
The administration has to use every authority on their power so that we could expedite the asylum process.
Congresswoman Nydia Velázquez spoke after touring the Roosevelt, the city's main migrant reception center. The New York congressional delegation of late has really been putting the pressure on the White House, which just within the last few days has put federal officials on the ground. Queens Councilwoman Julie Wan also took a tour Thursday.
Is there some hope the momentum is finally building for some federal help?
Today, Tom Perez will be meeting with the Adams administration from Joe Biden's team to make sure that there is federal funding. That's going to be the #1 ask. We need resources, we need funding, and our second ask is work authorizations to process these folks who are dying to work.
But it's unclear how quickly these meetings and tours of some of the roughly 200 emergency migrant centers will result in action. Dr. Ted Long is helping lead the local response. He acknowledges the city is running out of good options and has had to make unpopular choices in recent days, beginning tent construction at the Creedmoor Psychiatric Center and at popular soccer fields on Randall's Island.
We very much hear you. There's no ideal or optimal place to put a very large tent-based structure that can house 1,000 or more people.
And late today, the Biden administration rolled out a new spending plan it hopes Congress will pass worth tens of billions of dollars. Most of that's aid to the war in Ukraine. Another chunk of that is for disaster relief, but tucked in there is border security dollars. And Senator Chuck Schumer confirms that hundreds of millions will likely be on the table to help with the migrant situation. He hopes to get in New York City more than it got in the last round of a package that looked very similar to this. Live in Midtown, Henry Ross, Pix 11 News.